Hi guys. I don't have my computer, so I'm not going to be recording myself, but I just do have my iPad, so I'm quick creating a screencast here for page 3 in the notes. And now we're going to finally get into what is ATP, and I guess we're also going to start talking about how you take ATP and actually release some of that energy and what you get when you do that. So, as a quick review, ATP, that's your usable energy. Okay, it stands for adenosine triphosphate. You do need to know that. Okay, so ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate, and we know that tri means 3. So phosphate is a group that contains phosphorus that we're going to talk a little bit about. And so you can see that ATP, if you look on your picture, is adenosine is made of this sugar called adenine. This nitrogen compound called adenine and a sugar called ribose, and then connected there's 3 phosphates. So adenosine is this, made of adenine and ribose. Triphosphate means there's 3 phosphate groups. Okay, so that's what ATP looks like. And letter A says ATP transfers energy from one set of biochemical reactions to another. So basically ATP is what provides energy, and it provides energy to activate many other cellular chemical reactions. ATP makes energy immediately available. This is what we need. We need ATP for our cells to be able to use that energy. Okay. As far as your structural representation, I'm not going to ask you to draw that because that's kind of ridiculous if you look there, but I do want you to know kind of what it's made out of. It's made of 3 parts. These 2 things combined are called adenosine, and it's made of adenine, which is like a nitrogen ring, 2 rings with nitrogen in them, a sugar named ribose, and then 3 phosphate groups. Okay, so that's what ATP is. Number 2 there, where it says the bonds linking phosphate groups 2 and 3. Okay, so here and here, or in our short drawing, this would be adenosine. These are your 3 phosphates. These bonds, these are known as high energy bonds. Has to do with the chemistry, basically, because the phosphate groups are kind of the phosphate groups, when you connect them, there's just a lot of energy in these bonds. So these are known as HEBs for short, or high energy bonds. Okay, it's this and this. They're both high energy bonds. And this is basically where the magic happens. This is where all of the energy is in this molecule, and this is basically what we break when we need to use as energy. So ATP goes around, and whenever we need energy, we break off this phosphate and you release lots of energy. Okay. Normally we just break off the third. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Sometimes we can break off the second one here too. Normally though, it's just this one that gets broken off and you release that energy. This is where the magic happens. This is why ATP is so important. So adenosine triphosphate. Okay, and you can see kind of from this picture, again, this is your adenosine. When you break this bond, you release energy. This is what, I didn't know you could use 2 dots with 2 fingers. This is the energy that's needed for metabolism. Okay, so once we, first of all, to break off this phosphate, this is, if you look at number 4, ADP. Okay, when we break off this phosphate and release energy, we know this phosphate now goes all floating around inside the cell. Okay, and we no longer have adenosine triphosphate, we now have adenosine diphosphate. That's this next slide. So ATP and ADP. ATP basically becomes ADP when we break off that third phosphate group. Okay, so you can kind of see my crude drawing here, but you can see adenosine triphosphate is here. You have your 2 high energy bonds. You break off this and you release this energy. This is for metabolism. This gets used for whatever the cell needs, and what you get then is adenosine diphosphate. The di meaning 2. Okay. So this is the end of video number 4. Please stay tuned for video number 5.